Right then, we have been talking about Portuguese managers, all right? And all of us will know them from football. Yeah, we know about Mourinho. We know about Ruben Amorim. Hey, and
who gives me stress every night.
Who gives you stress every night.
And every weekend.
And then we know about the likes of Joao Pedro. We know about the likes of Vitinha and all these players and managers. But in studio today, we have a Joao. And there is no better way. Unfortunately, the Joao we have in studio knows more Swahili than me. So I don't know now, is it a Joao? Is it a Joao Kenyan or a Joao Portuguese? But Joao Menez, how are you?
Good morning.
Karibu.
Good morning.
Welcome.
And yes, I'm Joao. Joao Kenyan, I think a little bit. Half Kenyan, half Portuguese is what I normally say.
I think the way I've heard you with your Swahili, you're fully Kenyan. We have embraced you.
I will try a bit.
Sawa. So hata nitakusalimia habari yako.
Nzuri sana.
He is the first paddle coach in Kenya, sawa, and also a top paddle player in Kenya. And not only that, he is a winner. First of all, congratulations, Joao. And people will think, okay, we are congratulating Joao because of what? It can't be the Champions League. It can't be the Premier League. It can't be what's happening in Portugal. Something that is happening in Kenya. Congratulations. But there is a fan there wondering, why are we congratulating you?
So, I think,
yes.
I'm not sure.
I like that.
I think this is because I just did a good accomplishment in the last weekend in the first KPF tournament of the Kenyan Federation of Padel.
Yes.
And I'm very proud of what we are accomplished as a Padel community, and I'm very proud of my partner that after in some minutes I'll explain a bit more about Padel, because Padel is not only individual, so I'm not the only guy that you should congratulate. But yes, I think it's because of that. Thank you so much.
Good stuff right there. I mean, Queen Nikki has been brushing up on her paddle conversation, and she corrected me earlier on when we were starting the show that, Joe, don't say anything to do with paddling. And I can tell you for free, I've never said the word paddling. There's nothing like paddling. It only happens in boats.
There's evidence.
It's okay. Let's get that evidence.
There's recordings. There's audio clips.
Come on, man.
There's the screen recordings. Transcripts
are there. But yes, Queen Nikki, you've been talking so much about paddle, and now we have Joao in studio, not only as a coach but also as a winner, as you said, about what happened last weekend.
So now with it officially kicking off from last weekend, that we have the national rankings, and there's a very huge interest when it comes to the sport. Do you think that you will see more casual players switching to pro?
Padel has become a bit like a very competitive sport lately. Despite we didn't have any official entity to govern the sport, people really want to win, because this became a bit more like a image thing. Like, I won that tournament, I won this tournament, I will play that tournament with that guy, and you'll see that I will win against you. And became a bit like this kind of fighting and psychological fight, I can call it. And people are fighting to get the good players to play with them, and like to convince the good players, even sometimes like offering him, like, for example, a dinner out just for them to play with him. And became a very, very, very serious thing. So I think now with this ranking will become even more, because this ranking can attract a lot of things. For example, sponsorship for the players that will be on top. Then can attract the players can go, for example, abroad to play competitions. They can say, like, I'm number 2 or number 3 of Kenya. Official by the government and by the Federation, International Federation of Padel. So I think now we need to be a bit more strategic when we organize tournaments, organize competitions that will come for the ranking, because now it's a very serious thing.
Good stuff. As a top coach, as a top player, in association with Padel. Now, my question to you is, how did you start it off? What was the interest for you when it comes to paddle? She was waiting for me to say paddling. For paddle.
Paddle. So I started. So in Kenya, I came to Kenya 4 years ago, more or less. More or less 4 years ago, and I came to do an internship in a company that is called, I will not say, an engineer company, basically.
Yes.
And so basically, I came to the internship, and then I arrived.
Uh-huh.
And when I arrived,
Yeah.
I was talking to my Portuguese friends, and I told them, guys, no worries, it's only 6 months. I'll come back very, very soon. It will pass fast. After 4 years, I'm still here.
That's why I told you we have welcomed you now, Kai Sasa.
So I tell everyone it's very difficult to leave Kenya once you come here for a month, 2 months, whatever, an internship. So I came 6 months. I worked. I experienced the country. I travel a lot. I met a lot of people. I partied a lot. And
You like to party.
yeah,
Good.
sometimes. Who doesn't? And when I came here, there were no paddle courts, zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was playing a lot in Portugal. So I came in and I said, this is very bad. Like, I want to play paddle and I cannot. There's no paddle in Kenya. So in the last 2 months that I was here, around June 2022, one paddle court came. And I started playing, I started meeting people, and we met like these good players that played in Europe. We met each other and we started playing. So then I went back to Portugal because of my legal situation in Kenya.
Yes.
I went back to Portugal and stayed a bit in Portugal, like 4 or 5 months, until I came back again because I told my company, guys, you want to hire me? Fine, but it's in Kenya. So I came to Kenya on January 2023. So I stayed like 5 months in Portugal. And when I came back, 1 month before, a Dutch girl, a Dutch lady, that unfortunately is not with us anymore, but she was called Brigit, called me saying, hello Joao, I know you, I heard your name, I'm building a big paddle club in Kenya, opening in February 2022.
All right.
I want you to be our official coach.
Good.
And I said, fantastic, I want to play paddle. Now someone is inviting me to coach paddle.
Coach paddle, yes.
It's amazing. I can do like external small source of income at the same time that I work for this engineering company. So I said yes. I came back. I started coaching. What I discovered, everyone got addicted to paddle. I coached so many people in the last 3 years, and I noticed that basically the sport every day was growing, until a point that there was no enough courts for the people that wanted to play. So people were fighting for the courts, were like rushing to book the courts, then was like even reselling the courts. That's crazy. I never saw that in Europe. And paddle exploded, and basically I entered the sport that way by coaching, by being the first coach in Padel Kenya.
Yes, Padel Kenya.
That time was Padel Kenya Gigiri. Was the first good or big paddle club in Nairobi, and I started like that.
Good. Okay. That's all right. Now, in terms of now it expanding. Now, you as a coach, because now we've talked, we were fortunate enough to talk to also some players who have been in the paddle scene itself. You as a coach and the expansion of paddle in new players who want to learn paddle.
So I like to play.
Yeah.
I like to coach. I think a coach here in Kenya shouldn't be only coaching, because it's very good for a coach to do good results in tournaments, because the clients and the trainees see the coach. My coach won this tournament. Let me book a training session with him, or let me start training with him because it's very good. Maybe I'll be very good as well.
Right.
It works sometimes. So I like to play. I like to coach. I think it's good, important, both things, because the level in Kenya, and we are an example for young players.
Correct.
And you are an example for beginner players. For example, I have so many trainees, and I will explain later how I coach, and we'll laugh a lot. But I have so many trainees that literally tell to my face every week, I want to be better than my coach one day. And that,
very nice.
like, we are an example as coaches in Kenya. So we need to give it that example. We need to set the level very high, and we need to make sure that the competition is up there. And then we have everyone below us, and those people, like 1,000, 2,000, I don't know, 5,000,
Right.
their objective is to be better than us.
Correct.
So it's good to have that coachings playing at high level, to compete at high level. And also, for example, one thing that I normally do in the last a year and a half, I organize exhibition matches.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. Do you set up any matches aside from the tournament now?
Yeah, so I like this movie nights, is what I call them. That is like literally a real life movie of paddle, that I basically call good players. Even me, sometimes I play. When someone comes from outside, normally right now, if you search paddle in Kenya, you'll get my number very easy, because I'm involved in almost everything. So they texted me, Joao, I come from France, UK, whatever. I'm number 17 of France. I want to play paddle. And I said, fantastic. I play one game with him. I see how he plays. If he plays, it's amazing. Organizing this exhibition match, 400, 500, 600 people come to the club and watch. They have drinks, they have dinner. We have a small party after with the DJ, and everyone has fun.
Nice.
So this is also a thing to show people, guys, we play better. But out there, Spain, Portugal, Italy, UK, France, hey, these guys are crazy.
And now, in terms of now Kenyan players, now guys who either want to learn, who are Kenyan, or guys who come to you and tell you have some experience playing as a Kenyan, how is that surge of Kenyans actually wanting to play padel? Is it a big surge? Is it just are Kenyans growing into it with a mixture of also the international players from other countries? How is the surge of players in Kenya growing?
So I can tell you right now that okay, for example, before this officializing thing of padel came, I was organizing something that I was collecting data from the several tournaments in 2025, and I can tell you, top 20 players of Kenya, they are 85% Kenyans, because we have a massive tennis community.
Yes,
Massive. And in my opinion, I came from tennis, and I think tennis is the best school to learn padel. So for example, when a tennis player comes to padel, he enters immediately like very high level. He starts competing with people that have been playing padel for like 4 or 5 years already, and they need a week or 2 weeks to get used to it. So because of that, here in Kenya we have a lot of tennis players, especially young players between 20 and 30 years old. That they really didn't get any success or any big accomplishments in tennis, so they are transiting to paddle. One thing very good about paddle has much more this social part of it, of the sport. So socializing, networking, even income, even fun on the court.
Correct.
Then paddle is played 2 against 2, not 1 against 1. So you have also always like a group of friends. So these players, and there are 30, 40, 50 of them maybe, they are all playing paddle now. All. The community is massive. So we have a huge number of players, very young players, that are becoming, I can even say, better than me, some of them.
Let me ask you, you've been organizing tournaments and events within Kenya. Have you seen the same surge in Kenya happening in the rest of East Africa, where we'll get a chance to see like Kenya versus Tanzania kind of things?
Yes, so I think Kenya became a paddle hub in Africa already. Is already there.
Okay.
Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, they are behind us. So Kenya is clearly ahead of all of this. Uganda is starting. I have some players coming from Uganda to here. Sometimes they call me to have a training session. I'm in Nairobi. Let's have 1 or 2 training sessions. Tanzania. Last year I went to a tournament in Tanzania because the prize money was quite good, quite enjoyable. Actually, I didn't win the tournament, but I went there. It was nice. We went like a Kenyan team. Was me, and literally like a local Kenyan team, all the local coaches that I'm very close to them. So we went, all of them, was amazing. And Tanzania is also growing. They have a lot of people investing in paddle, especially Spanish people there and Chinese people there. They are building paddle clubs, so it's growing. The problem is, I always say this, paddle is not a sport like all the other ones. Paddle depends completely on the social part of you. And on the social sport completely. That's why it's the fastest growth sport in the world, because people like the socializing, the drinking, the eating, the talking, the fun. So I think if you want to develop paddle, it's not enough to build the best paddle club in the world with the best courts. You need to have staff or people around the club, like a coach, like a manager or something, that also develops the community. So paddle is very good when the number of courts and the size of the community grow together. If one grows with without the other one, doesn't really work. So in Kenya happened that We were lucky, that's why it's exploding. In Tanzania, maybe it's missing a little bit of the community part. They have already a lot of courts. In Uganda, it's the opposite. In Uganda, they only have 2 paddle clubs. In Nairobi, we have what? 15, 20, 25?
And still building more.
Yeah, building a little bit. So I think Kenya is on place number 1 in East Africa, clearly, in terms of paddle. In Africa, we are not that far away from, I could say, the top countries are South Africa, Egypt, Morocco, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and us.
Okay, good stuff. That is Joao Omenas right here. First paddle coach in Kenya and also a top player in Kenya. And not only that, but in the previous weekend, he won with you called about it, the KPF, correct?
Correct.
Kenya Paddle Federation right there. And there's so many more that he'll tell us about, including how he said he has a funny way of coaching paddle. And he'll tell us more about that. And I'm telling you, it's become so fashionable to say you're a paddle player. So much so, I think there's a dress code in how you present yourself as a paddle player. All right. Key elements: really nice sneakers, really nice white socks, some really nice shorts, and maybe a very good elaborate polo T-shirt or just a very good looking T-shirt.
Yeah, not like the T-shirt you're wearing today, Joe.
Well, the T-shirt I'm wearing today just represents a symbol of a number that I really like.
You don't say. If you follow our social media pages, Sporty FM KE, and our YouTube channel for Sporty FM Kenya, you will see Joe's T-shirt.
So Joao, in terms of paddle in Kenya, and in terms of everything that is happening, you as a coach, you've said there is an interesting way that you like coaching players. We want to find out that interesting way, and how is it different from maybe other coaches? You said it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
Let's.
Okay, so,
Yes, go on. Sorry, yes, go on.
no worries. So basically,
Yeah.
I've been coaching for quite some time, and I started in my unique way.
Yeah.
So I started as like a coach that you go home and you sleep and you dream about that coach and you think about the coach the next day and everything. This kind of coaching. So basically, after some time coaching, I realized that I developed, was not my intention, but I developed a reputation as a coach. That is toughness above everything. So
Toughness above everything.
exactly. So basically,
What a line.
I'm known by being a very tough coach. Very tough coach literally means that there are a lot of people that enjoy. There are a lot of people that don't enjoy.
You sound like Mourinho right there.
Yeah, part of the same family almost. And there are people that literally hate.
Yes.
It's normal. So yes, my reputation in Kenya is like a tough coach. My idea of coaching is very like I even sometimes call it army style.
Army style, okay.
Of course, depends on the training that is in front of me to train. I
Are you
adapt.
training soldiers or paddle players?
I hope other players. And then then basically my trainings are a bit tough. I acknowledge that. I care about a lot about the physical condition of my players.
Right.
So my opinion is, when you improve a player technically and strategically, so basically around the paddle knowledge,
Yes.
he also needs to improve physically.
Right.
Because one thing without the other one, I don't think makes sense. Or will not improve that fast. Then being physically fit is always very healthy, in my opinion. People don't really like to do sports at that intensity, is what I noticed.
Yes.
They don't like. The human being is naturally very lazy. So
I like the fact that you're also human, so that's a good thing.
yeah. I'm also a bit lazy sometimes. But yeah, like in the trainings, what I've been noticing the last few years is that my trainings are tougher than all the other coaches that I've been coaching here. My reputation is basically, Joao, if you want to go to Joao, be ready to sweat like 4 liters of water of sweat.
Buckets.
Yeah, buckets. Even sometimes I have people coming to me, like, Joao, Wednesday 7 p.m. I'll be there, no worry, 3 t-shirts in my bag.
Let me ask you, what's the youngest age you've worked with in terms of training?
So before I was a paddle coach. I was a tennis coach. I coached tennis in Portugal for around 2-3 years, and my trainees were only between the age of 4 and 12.
That is why they love you at that age. You know, at that time you're like, Joao is okay. He's making us train so well. Now you're getting me, for example. I can tell you for free. 1 week afterwards, I'll tell you, let's just meet up for drinks and enjoy seeing other people play. You as a coach. That's it.
No, but yeah, like coaching is fun. Honestly, right now in Kenya, I see myself a little bit more focused on the high level.
Yes.
I like and I get more motivated and I have more passion when I see players in like already playing well in front of me, and I really can put them in another level completely. Of course, I love train beginners, always welcome intermediate players, ladies, men, kids. Even now there are a lot of fathers coming to me and say, "Joao, can you coach kids?" But they are a bit like, because they are my trainees, so
they know how you train.
Exactly, they know. Even yesterday, there was a guy come to me and said, "Joao, you know, I have a daughter, 12 years old. She would like to learn paddle, but should I send her to you?" And I was honest with him. Like, I learn with kids, and I think it's the best way to learn how to educate and communicate, because kids is a challenge. I can tell you, it is a challenge. Sometimes I was in the tennis court and suddenly I look around and I have 12 kids around me.
Yes.
And the whole objective of the training, forget about learning, forget about anything. I normally coach always with a cap.
Yes.
The objective of the training is to remove the cap from my head the whole hour. So kids is a challenge. Kids are very fun. I love kids. But yeah, like I'm right now. I develop my skills for an objective of being able to coach anyone that comes to me and says, "Joao, I want a training session," or "Joao, I want a training session for my kid." So I see myself training higher level, much more, of course. But nowadays I'm training every kind of level of player, and a lot of ladies come for training, especially in the mornings. A lot of men come for trainings as well, because they want to improve and they want to win tournaments, and they want to be there win against their friends.
Good stuff. I like the fact that you brought in the word tournament, because later on I'm going to ask you about that. Now, the fact that you have seen paddle grow in Kenya, Joao, and do you envision one day Kenya hosting an international paddle event, a tournament? Because now you have players coming from France, you have players coming from Portugal, from Italy. All these are nations outside Kenya, and also Kenyans. Do you think one day we'll get there, hosting an event?
Perfect. Nice question.
Yes.
So that is a perfect situation for me to explain you.
Yes.
Also, another thing that I do. Okay?
Oh, good.
So I coach, and in the middle of all this coaching, I love the competition. Okay. So I decided to start organizing some events, those exhibition games that I already talked about, and also big tournaments. And from this, I decided to create like an entity, like a company, basically under my name, that is called Elite Padel. That you can see here in my jumper.
A very nice jumper. Next time, bring 2
jumpers for the crew. No worries.
Good,
Done.
good.
Elite Padel. So Elite Padel is basically an event paddle organizer company.
Yes.
That the responsibilities and the objective is to organize tournaments bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. So our main goal is exactly what you asked me. That is organizing an international tournament here in Kenya. So we already organized 3 tournaments. We started October last year. So we are trying to do one every 3 months, 4 months, more or less. This next November, end of November, we'll organize another tournament. It will be the biggest ever in elite story, and also in Kenya. Will be the biggest tournament ever, biggest prize money. All the players are a bit excited because there's a lot of money to be won.
Hey, good.
Yeah, and we have big sponsors coming on board as well, and will be big. Okay, so after this tournament, honestly, my objective is to step a little bit to more like the international part of the tournament.
Yes.
So my objective, now that you ask me, do you think will be an international tournament in Kenya? I think yes. When? I think very soon. More exactly, I'm aiming to organize an international tournament according to the FIP. FIP is the international entity.
Yes.
Mhm.
So normally they do FIP tournaments, FIP tournaments,
FIP tournament.
and that FIP tournament never came to Kenya. They are very interested to come to Kenya, and what I want to do is by February, March 2026
Correct.
to have the first FIP tournament in Kenya. That will be an FIP elite tournament.
Mhm.
That is my objective.
Okay.
Let's see if it's possible. But I think it will be very good to grow the sport here. A lot of players will come from abroad. Kenya will start being on the map
Yeah.
of the paddle players and of the paddle investors and of the paddle everything.
Brilliant.
And I think it's a very good thing that will happen very soon, beginning of next year.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. Clap, clap, clap.
So let me take you away from paddle a bit. I know you eat, live, breathe paddle, but if you are not coaching paddle or tennis, actually, let me say any batting sport,
Okay.
what would you be coaching
So
or playing?
what I do in my free times, honestly nowadays is a bit difficult to have free time. So normally, for example, sometimes I have friends coming over to visit me from Europe, mainly Portugal. We in Portugal we have like a very close group of friends, about like we are like what 12, 13, 14. This Saturday I have one coming over. So you'll arrive on Saturday. I'll be traveling a little bit around Kenya. Of course, I already travel a lot around Kenya.
You like traveling?
I love the coast.
You love the coast.
I
of Portugal,
love the coast.
Okay. Good.
I'm a coast guy. Because in Portugal, I also live in a city, like a coast city. So for me, like being close to the sea is actually nice.
So where you are right now in Nairobi, this is not nice.
It's nice.
No water around.
It's nice, but it could
The
be
weather.
nicer.
The weather. It's the weather.
The weather I already got used to it, but yeah, it's not the best.
Right.
Sometimes when it rains a lot, you can be very close to the water, but not properly see. It's more like street rivers. But yeah,
Hey, bro. This joke.
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, don't be so. It's just that these are
I can
crazy
see.
jokes.
I'm slowly getting thought who's going to take over the banter.
You've seen that?
that
No,
I bring to
actually, here's
this
the
show.
thing, because we have this open slot policy whereby we invite guests coming through and also panelists and also guys who are really into sports. I like that you have some banter in you. I
No
can see even
worries.
you're going to take my job very soon. You'll be in this seat.
I'm too busy for that.
I love that.
No, but yeah, I like Nairobi, and yeah, now friends coming over. I also have a beautiful Kenyan girlfriend.
Hey, good.
That I spend a lot of time with her.
You're keeping it local.
Yes. I spend a lot of time with her. Then on the weekends I try to be a little bit like out of the paddle scene.
Out of the paddle scene,
I
yes.
try.
Yes.
Sometimes not possible. For example, this weekend will not be possible.
Mm.
Next weekend, yes, because I'll be around a bit, but some weekends not possible because of tournaments, because of competitions, whatever, exhibition match, whatever happens.
Good.
Sometimes I end up in the club Saturday and Sunday the whole day. And my
Good.
objective was to be out and Sunday,
be out, yes.
Monday again.
Mhm.
So on Saturdays and Sundays I try to be away a little bit. So going out, I like to go out around Nairobi, travel a bit, friends coming over, dinners. I live in a house with a lot of people, so we developed like a 10 people house.
Now I understand why you talk a lot. Now I understand
10
why you talk a
people.
lot. You have to talk a lot.
You need
for
to be
10
social
people.
in
Yeah,
this
you have to be
city.
social.
You need to be social. Yeah, it's what I do in my free time, but yeah, 90% of my time is spent on paddle cards.
All right then, and 90% of your time is on paddle courts. Now, the accent, forgive me for having a reminiscent mind, reminds me of Jose Mourinho. And at this point, he was mentioning players back in the day who are elite players, Otamendi, all these guys, De Bruyne, and all that. In Portugal, and I know football is big in Portugal. Before the paddle, before everything else in Portugal, where were you? Where do you stay actually? First of all, in Portugal.
I'm from Porto.
You're
so-
from Porto.
Yes.
There you go. So when Jose Mourinho won with FC Porto the Champions League, you were very excited about that, or did you think that that is a problem? That's where the problem started. He shouldn't have left Porto to go and coach Chelsea.
So I honestly, I think when you look at me, you think I'm very old. I'm not very old. I'm very young. So when
All right, let me bring it down to Ruben Amorim. So I should bring it down to Ruben Amorim in Benfica.
yeah, but better, yeah. But yeah, I'm when Mourinho won won the Champions League with Porto, I was a bit young.
Yes.
I was around 7 years old, 7, 8 years old. Yeah, was 2004, no? Yeah. So I was a bit young. I love Mourinho. Actually, before I came to Kenya, I was a huge supporter of FC Porto. I used to travel a lot with them, with the team.
Yeah.
I already went to Anfield. I already went to Bernabeu. I already went to even San Siro in Milan. So we used to travel a lot. Home games, almost all of them in the stadium. So I loved Porto. I love Porto. I was much more present in the games before when I was in Portugal, of course. Now it's impossible because I decided to move to Kenya and I decided to stay. But yeah, Porto is in my heart. Is my first love.
So even right now, in terms of what's happening with the Champions League, with Mourinho, for example, being in Benfica, with the likes of Amorim being in Manchester United, are you seeing a growing number of Portuguese coaches? Back in the day, and why I brought up Jose Mourinho, because at that time, apart from now the likes of Rui Costa, who are players and all that, the only thing that we came up to know about Portuguese coaches when Mourinho started. But now we have the likes of Amorim, we have all these other Portuguese coaches coming through. Do you think that that spell of good coaches have started again coming out of Portugal to the rest of Europe?
I think Portugal was always a very surprising and good factory of football people. Not only players, trained coaches as well. So for example, coaches, Mourinho was of course the special one and the one. But
earlier on you told us off air you're the special one in Kenya.
And some people say that I'm special one of Kenya, but
you're transforming people to become army people. You must be special. You're the special
Padel players, not army people. No, but I think we have amazing people related to football, especially players, of course. Let's see how it goes the World Cup next year. But I'm very confident because our national team is one of the best in the world, in my opinion. But yeah, Mourinho was the one that started all of this. Was very successful in Porto, then he moved to Chelsea, then to Madrid, then
Inter
to
Milan.
Inter. We even won the Champions League in Inter as well. But then you have a lot of coaches in Portugal also, like for example Sérgio Conceição, that was in Porto and then went to I don't remember, he went to somewhere in Italy, I think. Then Paulo Fonseca in Premier League, Nuno Espírito Santo in Premier League, Wolverhampton, and then all the amazing players, and I'll not even talk about the GOATs.
Do you think it's time for the GOATs next year? It has to be the GOATs year.
I think next year maybe will be the GOATs year. Maybe Ronaldo will finally show everyone who is the best in the world. For the ones that are still doubting, that I don't understand why are they doubting. Let's see. But we are very confident as Portuguese people, especially because it will be the last World Cup of Ronaldo.
Correct.
We think.
Yes.
And we are excited. We are confident in our team. And let's see.
Good stuff. That has been Joao Menez right here, and we're talking about Padel, first Padel coach in Kenya, top Padel player in Kenya also. And if you want to, actually that's the other thing, before actually you go, if someone wants to join in and wants to start playing Padel, how do they approach it?
So if you want to start Padel, it's very easy. Or you go to a Padel club and you ask for the coach number or some information about coaching, because the coach is not, in Padel, coach is not only a coach. Coach can help you get into the community as well.
Okay.
So in the moment that you are into the community, you don't really need a coach unless you want to learn more. But you can start playing games with random people, because in Padel is very nice because there is an app here that is governing all the clubs that is called Playtomic.
Okay.
And basically people can join open games.
Okay.
With random people. They go there, I want to join. Boom. And they play in that club at that time.
Okay.
And they start meeting people, they start joining WhatsApp groups. WhatsApp groups is a thing in Padel. I have at least 837 WhatsApp groups related to Padel in my phone.
What?
Say that again.
Yeah.
837 people.
Groups.
Bro, WhatsApp should create their own app for you on that phone.
like
That is
like a
different.
WhatsApp panel.
Yeah, WhatsApp panel is just for you.
People
because
get crazy, trust me. People create groups of
100 groups.
everything. Everything. So yeah,
Bro,
people in Padel
you have more paddle groups on your phone than my contact details on WhatsApp.
What's up,
bana.
my entire phone book?
My entire phone book, bana.
it's crazy.
Now I see the Kenyan in him. Entrepreneurship. I mean, you can even look at the wristband when he covered on the other hand.
It's not
Pure.
covered. It's not covered. You can even see this if you want.
He has a tattoo of the shield. It says Asante.
Asante.
He's Kenyan to the core. Even me, I don't have a shield tattoo right there. Joao Menez right there. Thank you so much for coming through. And keep on the good work with Padel in Kenya. And the fact that you want even to put Kenya on an international scale, we really appreciate that. And you know what? You're welcome anytime to the studio one more time. And your banter and your wittiness. You said you do not have time, but trust me, the laughs will follow you even where you have the time. And you know what? I love the fact that he's more Kenyan than me in so many ways. Welcome back again, Joao Menez.